going to do this a lot different than the way that we did this last night. It was like, who did I not offend last night? Or I should have started off my opening remarks. Well, first I'd like to say, and actually I don't think Tom Lee will actually believe this, nor Dan Kayette, nor Doug Greenberg, but I would like you to all collectively bring out your smartphones, your watches, and if I exceed 2 hours, let me know, please. Seriously speaking, we're going to be very short, we're going to be very brief this morning. And actually, I should have led off yesterday. I had a few classmates that said to me, I'm kind of not really a known entity in this class, and perhaps to introduce myself, I should say something totally unique about me. And I thought I'd use something of shock value, of marijuana smuggling, etc. But I'm going to start off today a very brief thing to know me better. When I was 12 years old, when I was 12 years old, and the very first thing we need to do, please, is before, and the life story is like one sentence. We need, please, everybody here who has not signed the contest sheets for the contests related to how old are you, how long have you been married, grandchildren. I know you've heard this before, but also the biggest winner is who has had the shortest conversation with John Shaw, and also who has had the longest conversation with John. But seriously, over here on this table, put together by Kathy Herlickson and Sue Perlis, if you've not signed these contest forms, please come over now and sign them. How long did you travel here, grandchildren, all of that, please. Also, I think we're a very unique class in that I've never known of a class that has triplets. And we actually have in our presence, they were the hard sell, the last, it was like I had to offer them $1,000 each to come. We have in attendance the infamous art class only. Who else has triplets? Stand up, girls. We've got here, in order, we've got them, Joan, Linda, and Nancy Nonick. There we go. Thank you for coming. Even though we had to bribe the money out of it. Anyway, also, I would like to say very briefly, without singling people out, the 23 committee members that really made us who we are today, thank you so much. And one thing I was remiss in mentioning was Tom Lee and his wife Lorna, who hosted the hospitality suite on Friday and Saturday. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Lorna. Please stand up for a minute. Thank you. Tom and Lorna Lee wouldn't be the same without you. A thank you to the Marriott Hotel. I vetted and put through the reality filter about 20 venues to see which was the right fit. And there they are, the Marriott Hotel. Give them a big hand, please. They hit the mark on every mark imaginable. On a scale of 1 to 10, you're a 12. Thank you. Also, we have two classmates to honor that we were remiss in not honoring. Folks that have never been to a reunion. We have here Dusty Nellis, or in our class, I believe known as Dusty Price. Never been to a reunion. Where are you, Dusty? Come on, Dusty. Marcia, sorry, not Marcy. Now, I would like you to say, what was it that brought you to this reunion after 50 years? Please tell us.
What was it that brought you to this reunion after 50 years? I said it.
No, well, the reason why. And then also to say thank you, Tom Simmons, please say something to your classmates of what brought you here after 50 years. We don't want to embarrass you, of course. Tom Simmons, never been to a reunion, lives in San Antonio, Texas. He's been smothered in love by all of you here today. Last night, Tom Simmons, thank you for coming, and thank you for smothering Tom in love. Tom, please tell us why you now decided to come to a reunion after 50 years.
Well, it sounds like AA. My name's Tom. You're supposed to say. Well, that's part of the game. Actually, leaving out of Daly City, I couldn't do it fast enough. Issues with my parents, issues with who I was that I didn't know. Interesting story. Linda, when we were at CSM, asked me if I was gay. I said, "Oh no, there's no possibility in the world that I'm gay." Anyway, so it goes on like that. And of course, when you have something that ostracizes you from mainline society, you get into things like drugs and alcohol. And I've been through all that. About 37 years old, I decided that I was tired of trying to live what I thought everybody else thought I should be.
Good for you.
Finally got that over. Divorced my wife, and then finished my Air Force career, started another career, and now finally we're looking at coming back and healing a lot of hurt that I feel, from my point of view, happened in high school. And of course, I've talked to some wonderful people like Linda and like Patty, and they've said it was happening to all of us. You shouldn't have taken it that personally. Well, but you do. Absolutely, you do. And Patty said to me last night, most wonderful thing, she says, time is a tremendous leveler of things. And so this is like a cathartic experience to come back and try to close up some of this and make me feel happy to have actually been in class and in school with you. So I would encourage you, I would like to know the person that you are today and not the person that I was with in high school. So I encourage that if you haven't come by to see myself and my partner of 25 years, I will really, really miss not knowing the new person. Thank you.
Finally, we have another gentleman, a military vet. Don't want to embarrass you. Where are you, Barry Bolger? Barry Bolger again. I must say, okay, don't be crude, John.
No.
When I was a junior and a senior in Westmoor, I actually had a girlfriend, Donna Pacino. But Barry Bolger had the hottest girlfriend imaginable. Who of you remember Judy Ripjerg? Right out of Penthouse. Oh my God. Barry, please tell us why you came to our 50-year reunion and share it with your classmates so they can drown you in love.
Well, I almost made it to the last one, but the last minute I couldn't make it. So, what's that?
Hold the microphone closer to your mouth.
All right, like this.
Pretend you're John Shaw.
Oh my God, don't do that.
Anyway, before I got too old and too crippled up, I thought the best thing that I could do to regain some of the past and check in on all you folks here that were so much a part of my life when I was in Westlake, that it behooved me to be here, to touch base and see the faces and shake hands and give hugs to all the folks that were a big part of my life for 4 years. And I kind of made a quick separation from the high school scene when my folks moved to Redwood City, and I had to kind of DD mile out of there and take off. But so I kind of feel like it was a real quick thing where I know, talking with a lot of you folks around here, that you guys managed to stay in that vicinity for a long time and keep your friendships going. And I just kind of cut the cord. And so I'm back here to try and mend that a little bit. Thank you very much. And thanks, John, for all your effort and all that stuff.
Give me a hug. Thank you, Barry. Great to see you. And your face, you absolutely had the hot girl, man. Whoa. Doug Draves, first time to a reunion in 50 years. And don't worry, Tom Lee, we're going to get to lunch on time today, I promise. Doug Draves, please tell your friends why you came to your 50-year reunion and you've never been to a reunion before. I love to see you here. Please tell your classmates so they can smother you in love.
Thank you, John. It was good to walk in the door, and I recognized John right off, John Shaw. Yeah, I remember that guy. We went through 7th and 8th grade, and then...
Put it closer to your mouth.
Closer, okay, there we go. 7th and 8th grade with you guys, and then the freshman year at Westmoor. And then Dad got transferred back to Washington, D.C., so we didn't get to graduate with you guys. I grew up and turned into a geologist and been loving that career ever since. And most of the last 30 years been in San Antonio, Texas, with my wife of 42 years, who I guess I must say imported from Korea. But best thing I ever did. We've had, the reason I'm here, let's go back to basics. A good family friend of mine here, Paul Shively. Ron, excuse me, he looks too much like his dad. Good golly. Ron, yeah, that good friend. You know, the older you get, oh well. You get to see that movie again for the first time. But, oh well. We visited Ron about 7, 8 years ago, wife and I, and we retraced the neighborhood and the old paper routes that Ron and I used to do, and Ben Franklin School and the old Westmoor. God, what a dump. What happened to Westmoor? Wrap it up. But anyway, thanks to Ron, we're here, and we're now in Washington State, so it wasn't too far to come. And I just wanted to get reacquainted with everybody and see some old faces, and we're thankful to be here. John, thanks for the time.
Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you for not being long-winded like me. Now we have one last one who's never been to a reunion. I know he's shaking his head. Don't come to me. I'll punch you. It's Robert Tusher, who we all know and love. Come on, Bob. But now we need to enforce like a 20-second time limit because we need to get to lunch. Please stand up and tell us why you've now come to a reunion in 20 seconds.
Stan Nelson.
All right, now our last little thing we're going to do here is somebody said to me this morning, the reason why this was, in his opinion, the most successful reunion we've ever had. And one of those reasons actually is the fact that you're waiting for something obnoxious, but no, it's not coming. The reality is that in the infancy of this reunion, the passion, the response is that Jeff Johnson said to me, who has been in the car with me, a cheerleader, should have been a better reality filter at times, and save myself some of those obnoxious Facebook posts. Can't help myself. Anyway, Jeff Johnson said, you know, John, the response you're getting, a night of Saturday night typical reunion is not enough time. Because when you go to a reunion and it's one night, and especially this reunion, folks here that have been maybe one reunion, 2 reunions, no reunions, you see the people that you usually always socialize with. For example, this table. These are people that have probably known each other forever, not new relationships, but one thing, and actually a gentleman articulated this to me this morning very well, and that's Mr. Forrest Strait. And the reason, and what Forrest said about relative to these reunions is that if you go to a Saturday night typical affair, as stated, you just socialize with everybody you always knew. But with this reunion, some of you being here Friday, some of you being here Saturday, and most all of you being here Saturday and Sunday, I would believe, if not everyone, certainly 98% of you had socializations with a large variety of individuals that you never would have dialogued with if we had only had a typical Saturday night affair. And because Forrest brought that up, I'd like to have Forrest articulate that just a little more, please. Come on, stand up.
You did an excellent job. I don't need to say a word.
All right, anyway, I wanted to give credit where credit is due. And if there's anybody here that, we kind of screwed up the open mic because long-winded and I wouldn't shut up. So if there's anyone, and we're gonna be getting going with lunch here. So if there's anybody here, 10-second time limit, that you would like to say something special to your classmates, please, now is the time.
Over here, Sean, over here.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, John Posadas, I don't think we should give him the mic. Thank you. Fast story, I was in Sausalito. No. Trust me. This is a little value-added caveat to John Posadas. I was in Sausalito giving some Italian friends of mine a personal concierge tour of California. And I gave them the insider's visit of San Francisco, Sausalito. And we came upon a cab in Sausalito, and there was John Posadas with his trumpet. Known you forever, John. You made me laugh my ass off in high school. You make me laugh my ass off now. Thank you for being a friend forever and the trumpet. Anyone else, or we're going? That's it. People, the food is there. Enjoy. Please sign this over here if you've not done so. And let's go. And there's been somebody that's been with me for 15 years. How did that happen? She's heavily medicated. But I'd like to introduce you to my better half, basically my second wife of 15 years, if you've not had the pleasure of meeting her. Please, Lee, stand up and say hello to my friends. Up. I'm the devil. She's Miss Teresa Angel. Seriously, to put up with me. All right, enjoy your food. No pot smoking here, please, today. Thank you.
Mr. Shaw, John, what about the contest? When should we do it?
When do you want to do it?
Now?
All right, before anybody leaves, if we could please have your attention for one of the events that we were going to do last night. But there's some guy who wouldn't quit talking. I don't know who the hell it was. But we're actually going to do those contests now. It just cannot exceed $40,000. So if that's hopefully an incentive to participate in these contests, please do. And Kathy is where?
Filled out all the answers, right?
Paul, is she coming? Attention, Paul Reinhardt. All right, here we go. Here we go. You all know, we know him, we love him. As opposed to me, you all know me and hate me. We have here esteemed Miss Sue Perlis and the infamous Kathy Hurlicksons, the queens of the contest. They put a lot of effort into this, so please, a big round of applause. Thank you. Kathy and Sue, here you go.
Gay? Harris? Gay? Up here, gay. Gay?
Yes, right there, like that.
Gay Herrick. Gay Herrick? I'm slow and old. Okay, you came the furthest away from everybody here, so you are the proud winner.
That's not true. That's not true.
Yeah,
I came from Naples, Florida.
You didn't fill out the John, you snooze, you lose.
I came from Naples, Florida. I should win.
Where did you come from? Where did you come from?
Oh, it's close.
Chris and Bill Tover.
Can't win. Closer to your mouth.
I'm going to swallow it in a minute if I get it any closer.
Hi guys. Hi. So Chris and Bill, tell us how long you've been married.
48 years and 9 months.
Day one.
It shows how smart I was when I was 17 years old.
Wow.